Not going to be commenting at this stage any further. It would not be correct at this point to comment further. We obviously noted it a few minutes ago, so we haven't had a chance to, we were aware of the story coming, but we haven't had a chance to respond and read the article properly.
We are a few months into the tax collecting season. How far are we doing?
Well, we got about 3 million returns, somewhere in that vicinity. We do have a very large number that are in what we would call a verification step. So some taxpayers are waiting for their refunds. We're working day in and day out to try and get those backlogs cleared, so people who have got refunds are cleared. But very importantly, we are very gratified with the filing that has happened so far this year, and we appreciate the taxpayers who are fulfilling their obligations in so doing.
Earlier this year, when the 15% tax VAT rate was introduced, it was to contribute about 23 billion rand into the fiscal. How are
we are seeing obviously the increase in terms of the VAT rate by 1% from the 1st of April. Remember, our financial year starts on the 1st of March. On the 1st of April. The financial year started on the 1st of April as well, but we only saw the effects of that flowing obviously in May and June, depending on the cycle that VAT vendors are. But we are seeing the effect of the increase. But obviously we've got a lot of money to collect. We've got to collect 1,345 billion, 1,345 billion, 1.345 trillion. It's a big job at hand, but my team are on the job trying to do that.
To what extent is the economic environment impacting on collections?
Obviously, the contraction in the economy does have a bearing. It has a bearing in two things. Obviously, income tax, VAT, pay as you earn. VAT is driven by consumer spending. Consumer spending is down because of the contraction, so it will affect us. It also affects the ability of entities to pay their tax. So it affects the quantum, but it also affects the ability. So it is affecting, but we also have other opportunities. So we've got a lot of taxpayers who have not done any part of their obligation. People who are outside the register, we need to make sure they are paying their rightful portion. And then obviously there are a number of people owing us debt, which we need to follow up and ensure that they pay it.
In the different speeches this morning, we've heard that tax morality is on a decline. How is Sars going about collecting?
Well, tax morality is driven by a few factors. Obviously, how money is expended is one aspect, and government is doing extensive work in that regard. But on the other side, our service objectives as such are to encourage compliance. So we are trying to see how we can better serve the taxpayer. That is why we're here today at the Tax Indaba. How do we serve the tax practitioner fraternity better, that it makes it easier for them to fulfill their obligations?
Last week, earlier over the weekend, you announced that the case against Yakpo, the writer, would be dropped. Can you give us the reasons as to why?
Well, the case had been started some time ago in terms of the book that was published last year. I'm not going to be commenting in terms of the specific, but my mandate is to collect tax. This was peripheral litigation which wasn't collecting tax, and we decided that we needed to withdraw that matter.